Hello guys, my name is Nick Chipilenko. Welcome back to our channel. Well, today's episode we're going to talk about traditional martial arts. Stuff like karate, taekwondo, aikido. And we're going to discuss how many traditional martial arts there are, if they are effective, if they actually work in the street or in MMA or in any real combat sport. So let's get along and discuss our topics. So people keep fighting since they were people. Everybody has fighting in their DNA. And martial arts are as old as human history itself. We have many traditional martial arts, like for example karate, Japanese jiu-jitsu, aikido, kembo, taekwondo, and many more smaller traditional regional martial arts, like Filipino styles of wrestling, kembo, or with knives, with weapons, or Muay Thai, MMALAB. So there are plenty traditional martial arts. So many people keep asking, do traditional martial arts work? And I say, which one? Taekwondo, karate, Muay Thai, old school boxing? Which one are you referring to? So in this episode, we're going to refer them as general traditional martial arts as a whole. Everything from karate, taekwondo, aikido, bushido, mojito, everything in one bucket. So let's get started with some cold truths. Some black belts cannot fight. Yes, I know. Some people have spent even 10 years of their life training Kung Fu, training Krav Maga, and in reality they can't even fight. They've never hit a punch in their face, or they've never seen blood in their lives. That's the reality. Of course, I'm not talking about everyone. Many people are very capable and very able for violence. But a black belt doesn't automatically give you a license that says, I know how to kill, or I know how to defend myself. The streets never asked what belt are you. The streets ask only if you can run or if you can fight. Now, in combat sports, we've seen many athletes with karate background, capoeira background, jiu-jitsu, judo background, and to dominate. And in different sports like MMA and grappling in general, with open rules. Another harsh truth that people don't seem to recognize is that if a school, a gym that trains martial arts is promising, this school is specifically for self-defense, is specifically for the streets. The techniques we are teaching are very dangerous, so you can never do it outside if it is your last resort. And if they have a color matching gears or costume or some weird belt system with rankings like you're in the military, yeah, they probably are fake. Yeah, they probably are fake. They just want to cash you out for money. There's no such a thing as combat specifically and street specifically sport. There's no such a concept. It either works or it doesn't. So what they're doing is basically marketing. They appear good, they look fancy, they look flashy, and they tell you, look, we have costumes, we have a dragon drawing our wall, and we do 360 spinning back kicks. When you look at the other gym, the back is smelly, the gloves are sweaty, and the floor has blood on it. Do you want to go there or do you want to come with us? We have air conditioning, so you don't sweat a lot. So you see, it's like marketing. Now, let's get to the fact why these martial arts, this type of martial arts often don't work. I don't want to say all of them, but often, with such a background, they probably don't work in street or in combat level, like in competition or in MMA. The problem here is there is no clean answer. I cannot just say it's because of X, it's because of Y. There are many different reasons. The most common one is that they lack resistance training. They operate like an opera mode. It's like a choreography. They never seen an opponent that reacts. They never had a live sparring. They never had to deal with this unpredictability that there is in fighting. So, lack of resistance training is one. Another thing is lack of conditioning. Take it as you want, but no matter how well you know martial arts, how many years you've been boxed, you did karate, if you're not conditioned, you can, and by conditioning I mean everything. If you don't have strength, flexibility, cardio, explosive power, anything, then you probably won't work out. You have the techniques here, but the aging won't go on. You don't have benzene, as they say. Most of them schools lack conditioning. And conditioning, yes, is a very big part of fighting. Many fighters, actually a lot of professional fighters, if not all of them, take conditioning very seriously. Because it's not just about the techniques, it's also about how fit you are. Another reason why such martial arts don't work is often because the instructor was taught this way. And often he doesn't even know why, or if it works or not. He was taught by another one like that. He later became a teacher, and he still believes these things actually work. He was taught this way, and this way is how he's teaching the next generations. So it's lack of direction. It's lack of teaching also. If a teacher ain't good, the student can grow better somehow. So what people really like to do is they like to put labels. They love to label things. They love to pretend they're organized and that they know stuff. They love to say this was from karate, this was from boxing, this was from kickboxing. This one interesting. It was a combination of capoeira with taekwondo and a little bit of spicy from kung fu. But then honestly, a human has two arms, two legs. He can move in various ways. We all look similar. So let's not get so much stuck in styles and belief. Many athletes do cross-training, even unrelated to their own sport. And not only in martial arts, every professional athlete, even soccer players, every now and then will play basketball. Even a swimmer, every now and then he will try and running. Every now and then, Olympic lifter will try volleyball. Not because it helps him straight away, but it's good to have to be in general in shape and to move your body in a different way and to work different muscles, to learn new patterns and to unlock a magic click that I say, which unlocks your body. Many martial artists do cross-training with arts, capoeira, karate, Wing Chun, Kembo. Not because they're straightforward, are related to their own sport, but it gives them a different view, a different understanding of distance, of a different Just a different view, and also the fluidity that we can transfer from sport to sport, from style to style. So let's don't stay very stuck with this. Also, it's important to mention to who we are referring to. Are you an average hobbyist who just likes to train a little bit, has his kids, has some free time in the afternoon to spend, and you want just to train to feel fit? Yeah, you can do it. Are you referring to a pro athlete who is looking this seriously? He has to plan ahead. He's looking to compete. Then yes, you should definitely be concerned of that. And what you're training, what styles you incorporate into your system, where you get your influences from. Are you just a guy who wants to feel safe, who just goes for self-defense, and you don't care about competing or anything? Then you should be worried if this is an effective martial art, if it has a reputation that yes, people who actually train this have bigger chance at surviving against these allegations. If they have resistance training, if they have any rules that close to the streets, like is MMA. Well, to be fair, you can never replicate these situations. That's why it's called training. Otherwise, we'll just call fighting. We'll just all gather here, have fist fights, and then go home. But no, many people went there to get better, to feel more confident, to be more fit if they want to. Or they want to just try something new. Everybody has his own goals. And also, another thing I would like to add is, I don't believe there are bad martial arts, good martial arts. Muay Thai is better than boxing, boxing is better than taekwondo, taekwondo is worse than, I don't know, kung fu. When two athletes from different styles are playing together, the one who loses, this doesn't mean that his style was inferior. It usually means that he was just not the better athlete that day. Because in the same way, you can train a very effective martial art, like BJJ, Jiu-Jitsu. You can train very inefficiently. Like many people right now, they're teaching them to butt scoop, weird leg locks, berimbolos, bucky chokes. Very weird unorthodox techniques, but they work on TikTok. And yes, this won't work in the street. If you try to grab it or someone, you will kill yourself. It's suicide. You can't do that. So you have to understand, it's not so much that the art is bad, but how you are taught, how you are training, and how you are representing. For example, we've seen many athletes with karate background, taekwondo background, with amazing results in UFC. Wonderboy, McGregor, Silva, John St. Pierre, Ama Younes also, she does Filipino. They have very great success. Of course, they had to put their own spices on it and to add some variation, but who doesn't? Especially, I liked a lot the side kick from karate, and because it's so flashy and it's so well timed. Almost no other martial arts has it. Where the kind of tip, the kind of kick with the lead leg and it goes very, very fast. If someone takes that technique and he trains it seriously, in live sparring, in the bag, has good conditioning, yes, he can of course use it in his arsenal. And it doesn't matter if it is traditional or it is modern. One really interesting thing that is consistent with almost 99% of the men in the world is that they all believe they can fight. They all believe they got it. Every man, if you ask him, hey, do you think you can fight in the streets? Do you think you can protect yourself? He'll say yes, of course. Why is that? I don't know, I did. I'm big, I have muscles, I am aggressive. I go crazy in everybody on the floor. I am local. Usually the guy who actually knows how to defend himself, he's the one, when you ask him, do you know how to defend yourself? I will try. Probably. Because he has seen how brutal and how violent it can be. He has that awareness and he's not naive. He won't ever give big promises, but he's the one who's the most capable, despite that. So what I want to conclude is, for many people, do not get stuck with styles. It's not so much about the styles that is wrong. Usually it's the training or the approach to it. There's no better martial arts, worse martial arts. Boxing is here, Kung Fu is here. It doesn't work that way. Sure, more styles bring more consistency. Yeah, sure, more styles. Some martial arts are just trash. But also, one important thing I forgot to add is about for people who love competing, is about the rules, because the rules make fights. If we talk about MMA rules, we talk about K1 rules, Muay Thai rules, grappling rules, modified rules, then the game changes completely. Am I shirtless? Do I wear asgar or do I wear gi? Sure, if you went up against a judoka in a no-gi match and you've been wrestling or doing no-gi jiu-jitsu for all your life, yeah, you probably will be the judoka. If on the other hand you never seen in your life what gi is, the 1 year practitioner judoka can whoop your ass, even if you did 10 years of grappling, by just wearing a cloth. That's how dramatically the difference is, yes. So you also have to take the rules as concept. In MMA, of course, they say it's the closest to the street, which is true as a street fight. So we've seen there what martial arts survive, what tactics have survived, and we see the collisions of modern versus the old world. We've seen many fighters with different backgrounds: wrestling, taekwondo, kickboxing, kung fu, Wing Chun. All of them have fought, very few have survived. And yes, there have been patterns. Some styles have won more often than others. Yes, it's true, nobody can deny that. I think, last time I checked, wrestler, athletes, UFC with background in wrestling have won the most belts in UFC. Well, we say something. Mouths don't lie. So that's for today's videos, guys. I hope I helped you. I gave you my honest opinion and my view from the inside. I didn't just defend one side, not the other. I didn't say traditional martial arts are bullshit. I didn't say traditional martial arts are the best. I try to play both roles and understand each one person. I try to see it from different views, tell you my opinion, and to explain you how I saw this thing. I hope you really enjoy it. Until next time, see you.